Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's set of words. Our first word is deleterious. Deleterious means something that is harmful, injurious to your health, or you could also say hurtful. Deleterious, as you can see, is an adjective and it is a synonym for anything that is harmful or injurious to health. We can also say it's hurtful. Things that harm you, that can injure you or hurt you are deleterious. Fear of crime is having a deleterious effect on society. These drugs have a proven deleterious effect on the body. Parental divorce has deleterious effects on children. Now you can see right here, this cigarette is lit and there is a huge no sign on it, right? That means cigarettes harm us. They are injurious to our health. So cigarettes are deleterious. Fear of crime harms the society. It has a harmful effect on society. These drugs, whichever these drugs are, they have a harmful effect on the body. That means they'll harm the health. Parental divorce, that means parents taking divorce, would harm the health of the child, right? Could be mental health as well, right? So deleterious means something that is harmful, injurious to health, or hurtful, right? So parental divorce is also hurtful. All right. Let's look at our next word. Delineate. Delineate means to describe or portray in precise or vivid detail. Delineate. Lineate means, you can understand by the term linear, a line, straight line, right? And delineate, that means not a straight line. So describing or portraying something in a precise or vivid detail, right? So he delineated the state of Texas on the map with a red pencil, right? That means he portrayed precisely on the map where the Texas area is, right? So delineate, you can understand. Lineate means to mark the linear surrounding, right? And delineate is the same. The boundary of the car park is delineated by a low brick wall. That means it is described, it is portrayed precisely by a low brick wall. The main characters are clearly delineated in the first chapter. That means they are clearly portrayed in the first chapter, right? So delineate means to describe or portray something in precise or vivid detail, right? You can also say to mark something, okay? If you're delineating an area, that means you're marking the area, right? So delineate, describing or portraying something in precise or vivid detail, right? Demur. It means to express disagreement or refuse to do something. The lawyer requested a break in the court case, but the judge demurred. That means the judge expressed disagreement. She refused to give the requested break, right? So the lawyer requested a break, but the judge was like, sorry, I can't do that. So she expressed disagreement, right? That means she demurred. She agreed to his request without demur. That means she agreed to the request without much disagreement, right? The students demur to too much homework. That means the students disagree or refuse to too much homework. They don't want to do it. I mean, there is no student in the world who would agree to a lot of homework, right? other than some of those toppers. Yes, ma'am, yes, give us more homework. I don't know why they do that. So yes, demure, right? All right. Our next word is denigrate. Denigrate means to say that someone or something is not good or important, right? You must have met this one type of person in your life who is always telling you that you're not good at something, you're not important in life, right? So that means they are denigrating you, right? You shouldn't denigrate people just because they have different beliefs. If you don't understand someone's beliefs, you're not supposed to tell them that you're not a good person or you're not important in this world, right? I did not intend to denigrate her achievements. That means it was not my intention to say that her achievement was not worth the praise, right? Court ruled that the state can ban images which denigrate women. That means the court passed this statement that the state can ban any images which are telling people or spreading the news that women are not important in the society. So denigrate means to say that someone or something is not good or important, right? So denigrate. You can see this woman telling the kid must be his teacher or maybe the hostel lady, and she's telling him you're not good. You're not a good kid, right? So yeah, what is she doing? She's denigrate, right? Okay. Our next word, derivative, right? So derivative means a form of something made or developed from another thing, right? So if I develop another thing, a form of something from something else. So that new thing that I have formed from an existing thing is called as the derivative. So it is a form of something made or developed from another form. Retinol is a derivative of vitamin A. That means retinol is made from vitamin A. This is a derivative of seaweed that is currently used as a food additive. That means this product is made from seaweeds that are added to food. I challenge you to name an artist who is completely original and not in the slightest bit derivative. That means I challenge you to name one artist who is completely original and has not derived his style from someone else's, right? So you can see this sign is the original one, and this another sign, which is the derivative, is not the original one. This is formed from the original. So this new sign is the derivative, right? Okay. So derivative, a form of something made or developed from another, right? All right. Detrimental. Detrimental somewhat resembles the word deleterious, right? So you can remember deleterious and detrimental are siblings. Detrimental means something that is causing harm or damage. It is bad, has adverse effects, and is, you can say, wicked, right? These chemicals have detrimental impact on the environment. That means these chemicals would have a harmful effect or would harm the environment or would cause damage to the environment. Their decision could be detrimental to the future of the company. That means their decision could be bad for the company's future, right? Smoking is detrimental to your health. For example, cigarettes are deleterious. Smoking is detrimental to your health. So something is detrimental to you, right? So detrimental, something that causes harm or damage to any other thing, right? It could also be said as a synonym of bad, adverse, or wicked. You can see right here this green poison in the potion bottle, right? So this skull sign, which shows that this thing is harmful, right? Hazardous. Okay, so detrimental, causing harm or damage. Next is devious. You can see right here the expression on this guy's face, right? So devious means showing a skillful use of underhand tactics to achieve goals. In order to achieve a goal, if you are using ways which are not the right ones, you can be called as a devious person, right? You are very skillful at using tactics to achieve your goals. You have to be a bit devious if you're going to succeed in business. That means if you want to do business successfully, you can't always rely on the right things, right? Sometimes you have to use underhand tactics, right? That means you have to use ways, methods which are not advised by the people as being moral, right? Her saintly manner concealed a devious mind. That means although her manners were saintly, like a saint, she concealed, she hid a devious mind, a clever mind, a mind that could use tactics. He had been devious and two-faced. That means he had been someone who can use tactics to get his work done and is two-faced. Two-faced, he's something on your face and then totally someone else behind you, right? So that is two-faced. So the word was devious, someone who shows a skillful use of underhand tactics to achieve goals. Devolve. Now you must have heard evolve, right? So devolve means to give power or responsibility to a person that is at a lower level. So evolve would mean that you are trying to go towards the upper side, right? You are trying to raise the bar. But devolve means you are giving the power and responsibility to someone who is at a lower level, right? So let's say you're giving this phone to, let's say, an ape, an early man, an ape. So we have made a conscious effort to devolve responsibility, right? That means we have made an effort to give power and responsibilities to people who are at a lower level. When the president is ill, his duties devolve upon the vice president. That means if the president is ill, his responsibilities would go to the vice president, who is at a lower level than the president. To be a good manager, you must know how to devolve responsibility. If you want to be a good manager, you should know how to give responsibility to people at levels lower than you, right? That means they are working at positions which are lower than your position, right? So devolve, to give power or responsibility to a person who is at a lower level, right? Devolve. Didactic, right? Now, this word means intended to teach or to improve morals by teaching. You can see here this guy is trying to teach the little girl, right? So he's trying to teach her morals. I don't like her didactic way of explaining everything. That means she explains everything in a way to teach you the morals, right? What is right, what is wrong, right? So some people always explain things in a way that they are explaining you what is right in life and what is wrong. And it does get irritating, right? At times. Children's books possess a didactic purpose. That means children's books always have stories that are trying to serve didactic purposes. They are trying to teach them morals, right? Improve their morals by teaching. To instill a love for reading. The play is didactic in tone and ethical in nature, right? That means the play is trying to improve someone's morals. So didactic, intended to teach or to improve morals by teaching, right? All right, diffident. Diffident means modest or shy because of a lack of self-confidence. If you are a person who always takes the back seat, is shy to talk to people, or you can also say is modest, you are diffident. He was modest and diffident about his own success. That means he was not being too proud about his success. He was not showing it off, right? No one in positions of authority uses the diffident declarative. That means people who are in positions of authority, who are having authoritative jobs, they do not shy or they do not lack confidence. I am diffident enough to suggest that journalists have rights. That means I am modest enough to say that journalists have rights. So diffident, modest or shy because of a lack of self-confidence. Just like this girl looks kind of shy now. Diffident, modest or shy because of lack of confidence. Now let's revise. Diffident, just read about it. Being modest or shy because of lack of self-confidence. You do not have that confidence in you to, confidently put your ideas out there, right? You are shy, you take the back seat in most cases. For example, people who are managers or CEOs, that means they are at position of authority and they do not use the diffident declarative. They do not be shy or they do not lack self-confidence, right? Because if they are shy, then how are they going to run their company, right? Didactic, intended to teach or to improve morals by teaching. So someone who intends to teach morals is didactic, right? For example, children's books possess a didactic purpose. That means their purpose is to teach morals to children. Devolve. Devolve, you can assume to be the opposite of evolve. Evolve means you are going towards higher levels. Devolve means you're going towards the lower level. And once you've reached the lower level, what are you doing? You're giving the responsibility to people at lower level, right? So to give responsibility or power to a person that is at a lower level, right? When the president is ill, his duties devolve upon the vice president. That means his duties are given to the vice president who is at a level lower than the president, right? Devious. Devious means someone who is skillful at using underhand tactics to achieve their goals, right? So if you are devious, that means you are cunning, right? You're clever. So you are smart, but in a clever way, right? So devious, being clever and skillful enough to use tactics to achieve your goals. Detrimental. Detrimental means something that can cause harm or damage. Bad, adverse, and wicked are other synonyms of detrimental. Detrimental is anything that could cause harm or damage to you or to something else, right? For example, smoking is detrimental to your health. That means it will cause harm or damage to your health. So it is detrimental to your health. Derivative. Derivative means any form of a thing which already existed if you have derived a new form from an existing object, then you have a derivative, a form of something made or developed from another form, right? For example, retinol is a derivative of vitamin E. That means retinol is made from vitamin EA. Sorry, vitamin A, not E, right? So retinol is a derivative of vitamin A. Denigrate. Denigrate means to say that someone or something is not good or important. So if I'm trying to, demean someone, if I'm trying to insult someone, what am I doing? I'm denigrating, right? So someone, maybe some teacher of yours or any elder or any person maybe in your classroom who keeps telling the other person in order to bully them, you're not good, you're not important, you don't know anything. What are they doing? They are denigrating the person, right? So you shouldn't denigrate people just because they have different beliefs, right? Now, demur, it means to express disagreement or refuse to do something. If you are saying no to something, if you're refusing to do something, you are demurring. The lawyer requested a break in the court case, but the judge demurred, right? That means the judge disagreed, refused to do it, right? So demur means to express disagreement or refusal to do something. Delineate. Delineate. Delineate means to describe or portray in precise or vivid detail. If I'm trying to mark a certain area and I'm trying to precisely tell what amount of the map or what amount of an area, what size of an area, I should say, is under a specific, let's say, school, specific company, then I'm delineating the area for them, right? If he delineated the state of Texas on the map with a red pencil, that means he portrayed the state of Texas on the map with a pencil, right? He marked it. So you can also say delineate means to mark or portray. Deleterious. Deleterious sounds just like detrimental, something that is harmful or injurious to health. It can also be said as the synonym of hurtful. So things which are harmful or injurious to your health are deleterious. For example, drugs have a proven deleterious effect on the body. That means drugs definitely are harmful, or you can say injurious to someone's health. All right. Thank you for joining.